Are we going?
We're rolling.
Oh, we're going. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Shift Happens, week number 251. I wonder how long till Walker's going to join us. He was sitting there watching the camera.
I'm just double checking that red dot's there. Want to get this on footage.
All right, so we come off week number 250, which was like an anniversary one.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
So we decided that, look at me and Price sit like all different looking. Here, we'll sit like a dude. So, there we go.
We are the old.
Can I just say something? We look really good today in the ties.
This is a new tie. I just got this
Yeah,
tie.
I like that.
I just got this one.
Did you get that at Van Mar?
I got that at Von Mar, not Van Mar, Von Mar.
Von.
There's a difference there. So, you know, a couple things that I want to address. One, we have a certain profession that, in our profession, a certain association in our profession. I noticed today, noticed that it's their membership is dropping. They're the group, which just kind of ties into what we're going to do this on, I guess, isn't it? Because we actually, about 12 seconds before we started the video, we decided what we're going to talk about, right?
It's a good lead-in.
And so, but it just hit me because they're the group that for years has been the spokesperson for chiropractic, and but they also now are promoting pharmaceuticals in our profession, which they said a few years ago they don't, but now they've changed their tune. Yeah, and so, but I caught wind today that their membership is dropping. And yeah, I wonder why that is. Maybe your viewpoint is not popular. Now, some of our viewers out there on the East Coast, you forgot the bobblehead. I know, next video. He'll be in next video, so don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. We'll say that's not true, it's not dropping, but they are. So, and I think they're dropping because their stance is not popular in the chiropractic profession. So I told Dr. Price this, it's been a while since we've had this conversation. I would like to give this with a disclaimer ahead of time. Vaccines is not a chiropractic issue. I don't feel, that's my opinion. But it's a health issue, and it's a, well, I look at it, a humanitarian issue. And there's something going on in California. I'm going to let Price kind of talk about it a little bit. But what they want to do in California, and tell me, Dr. Price, if I'm right or wrong, they want to now make vaccines forced and mandated upon everybody. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now, listen to what I just said here. Forced and mandated in everybody.
Yep.
So even homeschool kids?
I'm not familiar. Is it homeschool kids too? I don't think it is homeschool kids.
I
think I've read something.
What it is, they're taking away the religious and philosophical exemptions for people, for kids getting into school, which is going to lead to basically mandatory over everybody. But that's just their first in with it.
It's the gateway.
They still have the medical because, of course, even I don't think that profession is dumb enough to force those vaccines on kids who have neurologic issues already going on. So I hope they're not anyways. But
did you say dumb enough?
yes, I had another word, but I won't use it.
You're going to get some Twitter followers.
Dude, your face.
Dr. Mike.
Price. P-R-I-C-E.
Like the price is right.
Follow him on Twitter. Do we need to show you how to block people on Facebook and Twitter?
I know how to do that.
Okay. Because you're going to get it cool. There's this one dude out in California that's going to make fun of you.
You should know all about this thing.
He should. Well, he's in bed with them.
Well, he was probably their,
spokes thing.
Yeah, he was probably lobbying.
Mascot. Frank Core.
I'm sure he knows some of our friends very well that are on our side out there.
Oh, I'm sure. And then you got, of course, the one guy on the East Coast, can't think of his name, the bobblehead guy. So anyways, so keep going.
So anyways, what this is doing is basically forcing parents to have to put these injections, these vaccines into kids when they have absolutely no desire to do this. So it's a complete, from our opinion, from our viewpoint, I mean, I speak for me, but I'm pretty sure these guys are on board with what I feel. We all think pretty much alike on this, but not having the option of what goes into your child's body, a child that you produce, your offspring, and if you're the parent, you're the one that's going to decide where the kid goes to school, what
kind of clothes they wear.
Everything. And now you have the government telling you what you're going to be able to do with your child when it comes to their health, quality of life, and literally, in this case, longevity, because we know ramifications of what happens when these vaccines are given to people.
You know, here's, and 100% agree with that. Here's even more of a concern. Where do they stop? I mean, they made that decision.
Like I
now,
said,
what next?
This is just the tipping point. If they can get this through, now look at the other things that they can start to force and mandate. You know, we could go way deep into conspiracy theories.
Well, I think it comes, well, exactly. Part of it's money.
Absolutely.
And from what I've heard, and you know, please, for our supporters out there, tongue in cheek, don't say we don't know the law, because I really don't. So I'm just saying what I've heard. Some of the testimony against it has been like, there's been like some pretty intelligent heavy hitters, and they're not even listening to them. They're not even listening to the objection because it's already decided. So they're going to tell you what drug to put in your kid essentially at birth. There's going to be more coming, I'm telling you right now. They're not your kids anymore. And that right is being taken away from you. And so I just find it from a, once again, this is for those of you out there that are saying, you know, Chiro World has stepped out of chiropractic. This is a more of a humanitarian issue more than anything, is what next? And that bothers me, because I am financially responsible for my kid. And as a result of that, and I mean financially responsible, but you're going to put a toxin into her kid because you forced me to, and then if there's adverse events down the road, studies show they exist, who pays? I do.
Who has to take care of the kid then?
Yeah, I do. Because you told me I had to do it. I cried, can I say bullshit? I cry bullshit on this. I think it's wrong.
Well, you can't sue pharmaceuticals. You can't sue the doctor. You can't go after anybody else. It's ultimately your responsibility.
But if you neglect your kid, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to take that kid away from you.
Yep.
It's neglect is what they're doing, and I just find it utterly wrong.
Have you guys seen that? I'm sure you guys have seen the video, but chiropractor that was opposed to this, there was I don't know if it was a debate or something, but there was a line of thousands of people that came to this event, and he walked the hall and took like this 8-minute long video and showed everybody opposed to this bill that was speaking against this. And everybody was like, no, 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 everybody there. And again, they didn't listen to any of them. The public does not want this. They want to have a choice. America's about freedom, not about forcing.
I think it's wrong. What do you got to say there, big boy, before you go shut the camera?
Well, the thing with this forced vaccination thing, I don't really know if I want to say it on camera, because it's a little bit kind of a heavy metaphor.
Yeah, whisper to me. You can say it. I think we're okay with that.
That's the way I say it.
Go ahead and say it.
The level that this has gotten to,
Don't say the word, but use it and kind of calm it down a little bit.
yeah, forcefully sticking fluids into someone's body is the same thing that some people go to jail for.
There you go. That's a good.
Well,
yeah.
good way to put it.
I mean,
My wife calls it forced penetration. Where do you draw the line?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to be disrespectful, and I'm not there.
No.
But I think it's disrespectful that you're going to force a vaccine, force a toxin onto my child that is mine. Like you said, I created this kid.
Yeah.
No way, man. That's
We created them, we're responsible for them, we have to take care of them financially, philosophically, physically, everything, ethically, and yet someone else is going to tell us what we can and cannot do with them.
so.
To me, that's communism.
Yeah, I agree. Now, and I'm going to say this, and if you remember,
That is communism.
Mike, do you remember at the Source when it was still up and running, and we did the 2-part series on vaccines?
Hmm?
And
With moms.
yeah, and we had a couple people.
Shift number 77, 78.
We had a couple people on that were chiropractors, and I kept your post there. I commented back to them, and I challenged you to a debate, but you know.
Crickets again? Cricket farts?
Yeah.
What do you call them?
So here's what I'm going to tell you. You know, you said we were a joke and a dog and a pony show. You guys, and some of you made up names on our YouTube channel because you didn't have the courage to say your real name. You know, here's what I say to you. If you're going to post something on there that we're the embarrassment of the profession, use your real name. Because I'll keep it there, but of course I'll post your comment public so everybody gets to see it with your name, your address, information, and let me see if you have the courage, because you don't. So, And you're no different than these people forcing that upon our children.
Yep.
And if I mean a little serious, I do, because I'm so over this dancing around, hiding behind like teenagers making up names and stuff on YouTube and Facebook. And
Eventually, if you support that stuff, that's...
you're no different than them. Yeah, and you support and you're no different than them.
It's the same thing.
And all I'm going to say, if you do support it happens to your kid and something bad happens to it, Lord help you, man. So go shut down the video, we'll close it down. That was kind of a serious one,
Wow.
wasn't
It was
it?
a serious one.
So what do you got to say though? Dr. Matt moment before we go. You got a Dr. Matt moment?
I think.
You got 2 boys, so.
I do. I'm very proud that they are unvaccinated. You know what? Not many people agree with that choice because they're, kind of, I won't say sheeple, but they follow that mindset. And we've done our research, and I've lost a few friends because of life choices.
Oh, I forgot that one guy. Yeah. Forgot about him.
I have not seen or heard from him in 3 years.
Oh, well.
So.
Have you slept okay? Well, not really, because you get 2 kids.
Great.
Okay. So with that.
Tiffany may not, but. You guys, thank you.
All right.
Peace out. See you next
See ya.
week.